Hello everyone, this is me Pralay sir, and today I am going to discuss about the poem The Last Bargain. Okay, and this poem is been written by Rabindranath Tagore. So let us come and let us know about the author or the poet Rabindranath Tagore. Right. So you can clearly see that Rabindranath Tagore, who was a Bengali, okay, born on May 7th, 1861, Calcutta, now Kolkata, India, died August 7, 1941. So, this is his biographical sketch, that is, he was born on May 7, 1861 and died on August 7, 1941. He was a Bengali poet, short story writer, song composer, playwright, essayist, and painter who introduced new prose and verse form and the use of colloquial language into Bengali literature, thereby freeing from traditional models based on classical Sanskrit. So, colloquial means the languages which we are used to and which we normally tell and in which language you normally speak. And what is traditional language? Traditional language means the language of the earlier times, okay, not like that of today's time. So, in the Bengali literature, the earlier there was classical language, like a traditional language, like some there was a variety and there was a depth of language. But after that, Rabindranath Tagore freed this kind of vastness and this kind of heaviness from the literature and just started colloquial language, means the language of the common man. Okay, colloquial language means language of the common man. So, thereby freeing it from traditional models that's based on classical Sanskrit. He was highly influential in introducing Indian culture to the West and vice versa. So, he was an ardent follower of Western culture, correct? And he wrote so many short stories, so many novels, poems, etc. Okay, and he was regarded as Vishwaguru. Okay, he was regarded as Vishwaguru. And he is generally regarded as outstanding creative artist at the early 20th century in India. In 1913, he became the first non-European to receive Nobel Prize for Literature, and he got the Nobel Prize for Gitanjali, correct? Or the Songs Offerings. So this is the biographical sketch of Rabindranath Tagore. And first of all, I would like to say that Rabindranath Tagore didn't like to go to school. Okay, he did not want to go to school as he was not so much familiar about the schooling system. So he used to remain at his house and started reading and started studying all the literature books, all the things, all the books. Correct. Now, let us move on to the poem Last Bargain. First of all, we have to know that what is the meaning of bargain. A bargain is an agreement in which both parties promise to do something for each other. Something is looking for work, waiting to be tired. He strikes a bargain but thinks it worthless. He tries twice again but he does not like either. Finally, in the last bargain, when he is hired for nothing whatever, he is happy as never before. What is a bargain and why it is the best? So, a bargain is an agreement. What is that? Bargain is an agreement with both parties. Means you think that you went to a market, correct? You went to a market and you are going to buy 1 kilo of apples. Okay, and the shopkeeper told you that this is for 150 rupee kilo, but you have only 120 rupees. So you told the shopkeeper that no, I want this for 120. I will not pay for it more than that. So if you got it for 120, and then it would be a, then this is called the bargain. Okay, the shopkeeper is saying that it is 150 and you were saying that 120. So the shopkeeper said, okay, let's final the deal, 130, final price 130. So you both agree to this agreement. So this is called bargaining. Okay, now finally in the this is the description and the introduction of the poem. So let us begin the poem. Come and hire me, I cried, while in the morning I was walking on the stone paved road. Sword in hand, the king came in his chariot. He held my hand and said, I will hire with you my power. But his power counted for naught, and he went away in his chariot. So first of all, in the first stanza, so how many lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So there are 18 lines in this poems, correct? So now, come and hire me, I cried, while in the morning I was walking in the stone paved road. So first of all, there is a boy. You can see clearly in this picture that the boy wants someone to hire him. Okay, and for work. Okay, so and what was that? I was walking on the stone paved road. So the boy was on the stone paved means पत्थर का रास्ता. Okay, जो रास्ता पत्थर से बना हो. Sword in the hand, the king came in his chariot. So एक राजा आया क्या लेके? एक तलवार लेके. He held my hand and said, I will hire with you my power. So he wanted to hire him with his power, because a king has tremendous power. A king can do anything. So the king wanted to hire the child with his power. But his power counted for naught, and he went away in his chariot. So his power was useless. So the king went away because the boy did not heed to it. The boy didn't listen to what the king said. Okay, so it was futile. Now, in the heat of the midday, the houses stood with shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. An old man came with his bag of gold. He pondered and said, I will hire with you my money. He weighed his coins one by one, but I turned away. So now move on to the next thing, that is the heat of the midday. So it is now after 12 p.m. With the shut doors, everyone's door is being shut. I wander along the crooked lanes. Crooked lanes means there is something like that. A crooked lanes means this kind of thing. Crooked. This is called crooked lane. Okay. So what is mean the crooked lane? Because as this is not the straight line. It is not that kind of straight line. An old man came out with his bag of gold. So in the midday, an old man came with his bag of gold. He pondered and said, I will hire with my money. मैं तुमको खरीद लूँगा किससे? पैसे से. And he has the gold coins. Correct. And with his money also. He weighed his money one by one, but I turned away. So the boy was also was not impressed by the gold man or the old man. So he turned away because he was not in a comfortable situation and he did not like that the way he weighed the coins. Okay, मतलब उसे अच्छा नहीं लगा कि वो गोल्ड मैन ने ये किया कि अरे ये पैसे से मुझे खरीदना चाहता है. नहीं, मैं उनके बात पे नहीं जाऊंगा. करेक्ट. Now let us move on to the third stanza, that is, it was evening, the garden hedge was all a flower. The fair maid came out and said, I will hide with you a smile. Her smile paled and melted into tears, and he went away back alone in the dark. So it was the third character, the that is a fair maid, a fair lady, a very beautiful lady. And the time was in the evening, and the garden hedge was a flower. So the garden was full of flowers. Now her smile paled and melted into tears. So his smile just fade and melted into tears means then she used to cry, and there was a tear in her eyes, so her smile get automatically paled. Okay, and she was not in a position to smile again, and she went into the room. So it was also become a futile one. Correct? Now, so there are three persons, and three of them have failed one by one to impress the little boy. Now next one is that the sun glistened on the sand and the sea waves broke waywardly. The child sat playing with shells. He raised his head and seemed to know me and said, I heard with you nothing. From henceforth that bargain struck in children's play and made me a free man. So now the sun glistened on the sand. What do you mean by glistened? Glisten means जो चमकता है. Okay, the sun glistened. देखोगे कि अगर सैंड में सनरेज अगर पड़ता है तो वो चमकता है. If you see that there is a sand and there is a sun rays, then the sand will be glistened. Okay, and you will see that, oh wow, there is a glistening on the sand. Okay, this is beautiful to see. And the sea waves broke waywardly, so that there was a tide. Okay, वो समुंदर था सामने. A child sat playing with shells. So the child was playing with shells. He raised his head and seemed to know me and said. So वहाँ पर एक छोटा सा एक बच्चा बैठा था. I hire with you nothing. So the child used to say that, yes, I hire you, but with nothing, without compromising anything. There is no deal between us. There is nothing between us. And this is the way the boy was impressed. Correct? Because there is nothing. There is no earthly things. There is no possessings also. This is so natural. From henceforth means after that, the bargain struck in child's play and made me a free man. From then, the boy was free to do everything, and the bargain was stopped there. Correct. So this is the poem. So there are four characters in this poem. That is, first of all, that is the king. Second of all, that is the old man who has the gold, and first the king has the sword. Now there is a fair lady who has the smile, and then there is a little boy who has nothing to impress him. But the author or the poet was impressed by the little boy's call. Okay, so this is the poem to you. I think you hope. I think you are able to understand this poem. I hope. So after in this class, I will discuss all the things. Okay, so thank you very much.